hurry up. Pass me the phone. Come on.
Hi, Carrie. Look at me, I'm Beauty. And it's Dominique Nicole. Already know DJ the rapper. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy.
She about to kill it like it is through your radio. Fully syndicated, funny for the silly folks. Always keep it positive, never negative. Carrie's Corner is the name. Welcome to the show. High top celebrities bringing in the voice of the community. It ain't gonna stop. And when they start to play the beats, I'ma have to write you up a eulogy cause they're so hot. And I stay live, and I stay woke when the man trying to keep me on demand. Yeah, D-Day-B, I'm Beauty and Dominique Nicole did it again. I'm Beyonce.
Carrie's Corner will show you just what you were made of. Carrie's Corner will have the music playing through ya. Carrie's Corner will have you sipping on some tea. Carrie's Corner, tell it like it is, you and me. Carrie's Corner, syndicated radio.
Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead, Carrie. Tell it like it is, boy.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kerry D. Singleton. It's the Kerry's Corner Radio Show. Today is Bronx Excellence Day with an X. We are celebrating Bronx excellence. Sorry, I don't have any water, and my team didn't help me out with any water. They're luxuriating in liquidation as I'm parched over here, but it's all good. I love them anyway. Kevon, Paul. We're celebrating Bronx excellence with our two guests who are in the studio, and I'll introduce them momentarily. But it's going to be a day all about Bronx excellence. We are celebrating the excellent things about the Bronx, and there are many things that are excellent about the Bronx. All right? You don't have a mic on, Dre, so just, yeah. Anyway, we're going to start the show, of course, with my notes. What do I have to talk about? I'm always talking about stuff, right? All right, so speaking of Andre Jones, your microphone is on, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, so last week, Tuesday, Andre Jones and myself, I piggybacked. I kind of pushed my way into the car, actually.
Not really. You were like, take me with you. I said, let's go.
Yeah, basically. I was in no rush to go home because I have no life other than the radio show. It's pathetic. But anyway, we went down to Seaside Heights, New Jersey, where Andre Jones brought his signature sounds to Aztec on the boardwalk. So I'm going to be honest, right? So Andre, you know, here on the radio show, of course, he's playing to a certain audience. You know, we playing to a certain audience here at the Kerry's Corner Radio Show. But down in Seaside Heights, you know, he's playing to a different audience, meaning a different age demographic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I expected to just sit there and bob my head and look like I'm supportive or whatever. But at the end of the day, I have to say, you really did your thing to the point where I wanted to get up and dance.
Hey,
and people say I don't like today's music. The truth of the matter is I don't like bad music.
Yes,
it doesn't matter when it came out because I wasn't a fan of Missy Elliott lyrically. I definitely did not particularly approve of Ashanti. So it's not an age thing, it's a good bad thing. However, you took a lot of artists who I don't really care for, including Chris Brown, and you played some dope mixes. You are really a dope DJ. I think that I might want to say that's the first time. Well, no, it isn't. Your birthday last year, I was at the spot in Staten Island. But this is the first time I really got to see you in your element, you know, playing current music as it was. It was a dope mix, bro. Good stuff.
Man, thanks.
Shout out to you. Yeah, shout out to you. So the 5th annual Roxbury Unity Parade is kicking off on Sunday, July 17th. The parade itself begins at Malcolm X Boulevard in front of Madison Park High School at 1 o'clock p.m. However, the festivities begin at 12 noon as I, the master of ceremony of the parade, welcome guests. Right? So I want you guys to come out, get there early. Get there about 11:30 in the morning. Again, it's the 5th annual Roxbury Unity Parade in Boston. We'll be congregating at Malcolm X Boulevard in front of Madison Park High School. And later that evening, well, I don't want to spill the beans. Well, I think we'll wait till we get a confirmation. But Andre Jones is scheduled to spin at the Shavu skating rink afterwards. So that'll be really dope.
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
He's gonna have the opportunity. He's gonna have the opportunity to spin for the Boston audience at my old skating rink, which I think is really, really dope.
Yeah,
I never really skated there. I never really skated. Once or twice. Pretty much, I was the guy that just went to pass out CDs and music and eat fried chicken and stuff like that. But it's gonna be fun. So Junior's coming. Of course, Kevon will be coming, and it's gonna be a Boston party. So this will actually be your very first time, Junior, in Boston. Well, you can't. You don't have a microphone because you're always talking about how much you love my hometown and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you've only been to Foxborough, and the stadium is not in Boston. I've said that over and over and over. So this will be your first time actually in Boston, and I've decided that I'm going to introduce you to my native Roxburyans. I guess that's what we call ourselves, as the premier Patriots fan. They will be pleased because they know damn well I'm not. So yeah. You'll be the favorite of the parade, I guess. I don't know. Speaking of parades, last weekend I attended the committee meeting for the 53rd annual African American Day Parade, which is my favorite parade in the world. I love the African American Day Parade. Here on the Carrie's Corner Radio Show, we did the press back in 2019. That was the last time that the parade was actually live, and we did our thing. We had a great time. It was the 50th anniversary of the parade. So this year, it's the 53rd annual. The parade is in Harlem. It'll be on September 18th, which is a Sunday. It starts at 12:30 along Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, a.k.a. 7th Avenue, between 111th and 137th Street. So it's a long parade, unlike the Roxbury Parade, which is less than a mile. So lots of floats. The pre-parade show will start at 11:30 a.m. at 125th Street and 7th Avenue. And again, the Carrie's Corner Radio Show will be covering this historic parade. It's going to be fun. I just hope the weather's hot. Junior, I know you like it cold. I don't. A parade, should be hot. People should be sweating and
good weather.
Yeah.
Especially good weather.
Anyway, Treston Irby of High Fives Tell All book drops on the 29th, right, Treston? Your mic's not on, but yes, okay. He's in the studio. That's his birthday, you guys. So
nice.
we got a little birthday present for him too. He just doesn't know it yet. Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
So the book is called Hiatus. Pre-orders are happening now on Amazon.com, depending on where you're listening to the Carrie's Corner Radio Show. If it's after the 29th, I assume it'll be available. Your mic is not on; they can't hear you. We're gonna talk to you in a minute, brother. But they can't hear you. But you can pre-order the book on Amazon, and he's in the studio to talk about the book. And I'm excited. I got a lot of questions. Nothing bad, just a lot of questions about the book. What else? And so again, this week, you guys, we're saluting two Bronxites as we kick off our Bronx Excellence episode, celebrating the home of hip hop. That's the Bronx, New York. And so I'm looking forward to talking to my two guests. Intrigue Magazine, the June-July 2022 issue is out, you guys. Go to intriguemagazine.com. Make sure you pick that up. Shout out to you, Chris. I like this shirt. I'm jealous, sort of, because I had to wear this today. And it's hot. Too hot to be wearing this. But I had to wear something to represent High Five. And shout out to Marcus Sanders for sending me this after, and I quote, he says, I begged him. I begged for a lot of things, but a hoodie is not one of them. But shout out to Marcus Sanders of High Five for sending me this hoodie a while back. I think the glitter is coming off, sort of. I don't know. Maybe it was made that way. Last but not least, you guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell for notifications on new posts, especially our beloved Carrie's Conversation segment. Paul, are you ready this week? Because every time you seem to have this thing where you just are not ready for the conversation, no matter what it is, every single week. You're just not prepared.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I know. Ever since you moved to Connecticut, you're just late with everything. I don't understand. Is life in Connecticut making you slow? I don't know.
Connecticut's deep.
Connecticut's what?
It's deep.
It is not. It's not. It's not. You don't have a microphone, Dre.
It's not close.
It's not far.
It's not close.
It's not. I mean, I travel, so to me, going to Stamford, Connecticut, is not exactly an excursion.
No, today was bad though.
Yeah, but that has not. But you're not ready for the question of the day. Well, you'll have to be.
I just looked at it. It seems kind of similar to 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God, he just
eerily
looked at
similar.
No.
Okay, well this
Wrong.
is okay.
No, I looked at it this morning and I forgot, and then so I had to get reminded.
Okay, so
but I would say
the way I have to let the people know what the question is first.
Might be.
Yeah, the question is: if you had your own television show, what would it be called, and what would be the premise? We're not going to start with you, Paul. We'll give you time to think about it and let it marinate.
All right, I could answer right now,
but you're not. We'll let
on.
Andre Jones. If you could have your own television show, what would it be called, and what would be the premise of the show?
I would say it would be Andre Jones Uncensored. That's gonna probably be the.
Oh no.
That's probably gonna be the radio show later.
Yeah, it'd be like.
But the premise would be.
I think it would be like watching Fox.
So much deeper.
Well,
No, essentially the premise of that show would be my take on a lot of modern current events and whatnot, aka probably me complaining and roasting people that I can't stand and trends I don't like.
Uncensored.
Oh please,
Goodness
politically
gracious.
correct's been out the window since 2003 for me.
well, then again, okay. Kevon, same question. If you had your own television show and it wasn't Sessions Cafe, I'm sorry, I had to. Our show has been in limbo longer than Clarence Thomas's sex life.
I know that hurt.
If you had your own television show, Kevon, what would it be called, and what would be the premise? This, by the way, is a question that you posed to us all. So,
Oh yes, totally. It's one that I think about quite a bit. So I love science and science communication especially. So my show, I've always been fascinated in Discovery Channel, stuff like that. I would want a show where I could teach kids that are interested in science like me all about like traveling the world. I would definitely want to do maybe a Nigel Marvin type thing where I travel the world, look at exotic animals, fossils, ruins. Like we'll just cover all the history. We'll do like Kevon's History of the World. That'll be great.
okay. So a history television show of sorts.
Yeah, informative history TV show.
Okay. Interesting. That would be the premise. We're waiting for you, Paul. Now that we have, what is your answer? If you had your own television show, what would it be called, and what would be the premise?
Well, I guess it would be called like maybe the Paul Dorset Experience or something like that.
Yeah.
That's original.
I don't really know what it would be about because, as I said, I didn't really have a lot of time to think about it.
I send these
But
emails
maybe,
out
like,
like 24 hours
You
before
send them
we
in
go
like
on the
1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, you have plenty of time.
and then they go to the bottom of my
the bottom.
email list. But I
Wow.
would probably say maybe it'd be like a skit show or like an interview kind of show where I could just, I don't know, just do whatever.
I could see that.
Again, I didn't really have time to think about it.
Of course not. What else is new, right?
Maybe like SpongeBob. Is that what I said last week?
That
Was
would be
that-
no. That's not the same. That
this
would be.
feels like the same
It's not.
topic.
That question was, what TV show would you want to be in?
Uh-huh.
I said the Brady Bunch. You said SpongeBob. This is if you had your own show. Your
All
own
right,
TV
SpongeBob. Final answer.
You would remake SpongeBob.
That would be the Paul Dorsey experience. Okay, whatever. If I had my own television show, what would it be called, and what would be the premise? So we tried a couple of years back the Kerry's Corner TV show. I didn't really like that experience. The producer of the show, who I will not name, basically wanted a television version of the radio show. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to like take the radio show onto the street like I do it in the studio. So that wasn't, I didn't particularly care about that wasn't my thing. Sessions Cafe, which has been in limbo for a while, hint hint. That's more along my speed. I want to because here on the Kerry's Corner Radio Show, we interview people of interest, right?
Right.
On the TV show, I would want to I really would like to go into the subway or something and interview like a homeless person. I really would want to do more textured conversations. Mm-hmm. You know, less sensationalist stuff, and you know what I mean, like more.
Sounds a lot like you, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I do have a soul. somewhere.
In there.
It's there. I don't know. Somewhere. Okay. So we're going to get into our New Jack segment here on Kerry's Corner, your new home for throwbacks and New Jacks. Let's go.
Hey, yo, what's happening? This your boy 5 Mics. Anytime I'm looking for great entertainment or the latest scoop on the music industry, I pick up Intrigue magazine. Cause everything I read in is so intriguing. Don't believe me? Then find out on your own. IntrigueMagazine.com, where reading is a pleasure.
And now it's time for those exclusive New Jack joints right here on Kerry's Corner, your new home for throwbacks and New Jacks.
What's up, angels? It's your girl, Adina Howard, and you are checking out Kerry's Corner Radio Show, your new home for throwbacks and New Jacks.
Keep your eyes on me. Keep looking. I know you like what you see. Fit right, body tight, face dusted with conceit. Drip blind and all eyes on me. Side eye, don't lie. Daggers come with the swagger. Never trip, cause they eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep it. I know you like what you see. Keep your eyes on me. Keep it. I know you like what you see. They call it murder. Premeditated, I came to slay it. I know they hate it. I Tyra bank it, grabbing bags, stacking cash, basic broads, hella mad. But this eye gas will make them wanna keep your eyes on me. Keep it. I know you like what you see. When I stay up on the scene, got them checking for me. I know you like what you see, cause you're checking for me. I see you eyeballing me, yeah, you're checking for me. I got them side-eyeing me, but they checking for me. Eyeing me, they can't help it. What they see, they can't help it. Off of me, they can't help it. Like TMZ. Cause they like what they see, so they keep your eyes on me. Keep it. I know you like what you see. Keep your eyes on me. Keep looking.
Peace, everybody. The coolest legendary is the DJ, the Red Alert. It's not all about me, it's all about KK, Kerry's Corner. You understand? KK, Kerry's Corner. It's the Kerry's Corner show with the Red Alert. Let's go.
There's only one me. Ain't no marathon, these boys can't run me. I know they want me. Tell them I'm taking donations like GoFundMe. First things first, IT, take money like robbery. Treat these like they just hobbies. Don't blame me, he can't deny me. Your ex can stand beside me, but ain't no besides me. Differences, I'm so wet, they soggy. Woman sex in our soundtrack is Mozzie. He told me that the box is realer than 93. The ice on my neck, it costs about a key. Could it be the race or just the face? I could stand still and to still chase. If they lose me, they gon' be sobbing. I need a Batman, these little Robins, I'm queen of first things first. If you leave me, you went from the best to the worst. You ain't gonna be able to put it in reverse. The first none after the first lady. So better count your blessings, baby. First things first. If you leave me, you went from the best to the worst. You ain't target keep missing. But when you got the rope on your side, it hits first things first. If you leave me, you went from the best to the worst. You ain't gonna be able to put it in reverse. The first, none after the first lady. So better count your blessings, baby. First things first. If you leave me, you went from the best to the worst. You ain't gonna be able to put it in reverse. The first, none after the first lady. So better count your blessings, baby. First things first. Every time I lean, every saying. First things first. Every time I lean, every saying. Every time I lean, every saying in me.
Hey folks, I'm Calvin Michaels. Some of you may know me from my music or my comedy or YouTube or the podcast. I'm here hanging out at Carrie's Corner Radio Show. Make sure you guys tune in and listen, and thanks for supporting.
Never believed in love at first sight. Got to be real, got to be right. One look at you and my heart stood still. Head over heels, it was love that I was feeling. Then you walked up to me, asked me my name. Said to myself, what is your game? Butterflies in my stomach, I don't even know how to explain. So is this love at first sight? Hey, I gotta know if it's right. Love at first sight. Oh, what a feeling. He said, Miss Lady, I'm the bridge to your heart. Just took one glance and it's you that I want. Haven't you had enough of the distant lovers? We gonna live it up this new life. We will discover how to walk up to you, ask you your name. Trust me, Miss Lady, this ain't no game. Butterflies in my stomach, I don't even know how to explain. So is this love at first sight? I gotta know if it's right. Love at first sight. Could this be love at first sight? Oh, what I'm feeling so right. Love at first sight. Have you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough of that part? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough of that part-time lover, distant lover? It's time for another love. One in a million, that moment in time when his eyes would be mine. Now it seems million to one chance, a million to bring me romance with the man of my dreams. Man of my dreams. Wow, wow. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. So is this love at first sight? I gotta know if it's right. Love at first sight. Oh, what a feeling. Oh, never know if it's right. Love at first sight. What a feeling to run. Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Hey. Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough of the part-time lovers? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough of the part-time? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough?
Yo, 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 it's your man, Mr. Taiski from Dallas, Texas. And I'm chilling with my man, Carrie, on the Carrie's Corner radio show.
Hey, what's up? This is Norm Adams.
And this is Julia Robertson, and you're listening to our boy, Kerry D. Singleton.
On the Carrie's Corner radio show.
What up, what up? This your boy Dante Diesel, a.k.a. Q Philly, a.k.a. J Quick. And you're now in tune to the livest radio show in the world, Carrie's Corner radio show. You feel me?
Hey, what's up? It's Little Nat. How you doing, the little one? Make sure you check out Carrie's Corner. Ow.
Yes. So mean. New high five. And who am I? Tri-State Jericho, let's do it.
Girl, don't make no plans tonight. Come hang out with your mans tonight. We gon' throw it back tonight. Let's break it down like we used to do. We gon' reminisce tonight. Remember our first kiss tonight. Let's take it back to 99. Just close your eyes and
let's take it back. Rockin' heels and no Adidas. Nobody can see us when we fly. Let's take it back. One in a million like Aaliyah. I can still see it in your eyes. Let's take it back. Rewind the past and take it back to when it was just us. Playing games under the covers. We were tender lovers and we were in love. We skipped school and we did it. Girl, you gave me your all. Said you loved me the first time, but to go out to admit it, yeah. Now that we're grown up, baby girl, I get it. Ain't nothing changed, still love you like it's just today. Let's take it back. Like years and no Adidas, nobody can see us when we fly. Let's take it back. One in a million like Aaliyah, I can still see it in your eyes. Let's take it back. Rewind the past and take it back to when it was just us. Playing games under the covers, we were tender lovers, and we were in love.
Get back to the old school. Yes. So mean.
Wave your hands like you just don't care. Surrender, baby.
Tri-State Jericho, let's do it.
Yeah.
New high five.
Let's take it back. Rockin' heels and no Adidas. Nobody can see us when we fly. Let's take it back. One in a million like Aaliyah. I can still see it in your eyes. Let's take it back. Rewind the past and take it back to when it was just us. Play games under the covers. We were tender lovers. We were you back. Rockin' heels and no Adidas. Nobody can see us when we fly. Let's take it back. One in a million like Aaliyah. I can still see it in your eyes. Let's take it back. Rewind the past and take it back to when it was just us. Play games under the covers. We were tender lovers and we were in love.
And we're back on the Kerry's Corner radio show. You just heard from our New Jack segment. We started everything off with Adina Howard. He calls this one or that one Eyes on Me. Sweet Tea gave us First Things First. The Ladies in Sky, Love at First Sight. And we ended everything off appropriately, I think, with High Five. They called that one Let's Take It Back. All right? We're going to get into our interview with Treston Irby of the group High Five. Welcome to the show, boss. How are you?
Brother, how you doing today?
It's always good to be here on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Coming, brother. Thanks for coming. It's been a minute.
It's been a long minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But this is different.
Yeah.
The last time, it was about the Five.
Right,
which was a dope experience for me as a fan of High Five. I had a great time. You walked in, there was Kit Kats all over the table.
Yeah.
To celebrate the single release.
And you told us that story too. The story, your story. We ain't gonna go into that, but you did tell us though. It's never gonna leave my mind, bro.
Story that he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't keep any secrets here. One of my favorite High Five songs, which is in the mix that you'll hear later, is a song called She Said. That when it came out when I was a young kid, I just had my first broken heart. Every time I hear the song, and it sucks because it's such a dope ballad, but I almost want to cry. So ever since then, whenever I get together with the guys, there's a joke made involving the name of that damn song. She said,
Right.
Yeah.
That was a terrible story, but
but a great song.
But I'm glad that I had something to do with it, though. You know what I'm saying? Somehow.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Word.
Shout out to you. Anyway, so you're here to promote your book Hiatus.
Right.
Let me see that book.
Sure.
Let me see that. I have a lot of questions. I don't usually write down questions.
Right.
I'm usually a very spontaneous guy and I just spit them out.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure the questions were tailored. I didn't want to veer off
Right.
to a whole bunch of High Five questions.
Right.
Because actually, we're here to talk about two things actually. Hiatus and the fact that your birthday is on June 29th.
Yes, sir.
And it's also the birthday of the book.
That's right.
So I got
That's when
my
it
first
drops.
question as a fellow author. How does it feel to have the book? And you said you got it when today? The copies?
Yeah, it just came today. Just came
today.
Yeah.
So I know when I first got my first book, like I sniffed it and spent it. I slept with it. No, not to be weird.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a smell. It's how does
smell.
it feel to actually have
crispy,
right?
Yeah, man.
To have your book in your hand.
It felt real. It felt real good, bro.
It's different.
It felt real good, man. It felt like I accomplished something.
Well, you
something
have.
else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm from my mouth to your ears, brother. I'm gonna start the interview by saying, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You are now something nobody can ever take from you. That is a published author. Nobody can ever take that from you for as long, even after you're gone. You'll always be a published author, and that is a very special thing. Welcome to the club.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the warm welcome, man.
Yes.
And then I appreciate those conversations we have too, when nobody know about.
We're gonna definitely,
you and I, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely support each other.
No doubt.
So my first question, High Five.
Yeah.
How did you? I've always wanted to ask you this, brother. How did you join the group? They're from Texas and Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
You live in the Bronx. How did that even happen?
I mean, like.
Was it auditions?
Yeah, it was a couple of auditions. Okay. Well, it was one audition really. Like it's written in the book. Okay. They was looking for another member. Somebody got in trouble, whatever.
Right.
They was looking for another member. Heard about me, came to holler at me, and that's pretty much what it is.
Oh,
man.
So they heard about you. It wasn't like an open call because they had already released their first album. High Five. They released their first album.
Unfortunately, things happen, but they had to keep on going, and the record company was like, "Yo, we gotta do something.
Keep it going on.
Gotta keep it going. Like the second joint. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a fan. So that leads me to another question that I didn't even write in my notes. But so if you was the new man of the group on the second project, how did they receive you? Like, were you nervous? Were you an outsider? Like, how was it, or was it an instant connection?
It was kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? But being from New Yorker,
right?
And
they're
going
from the
to
Southwest.
the South, you know what I'm saying? So we Yankees and stuff like that. But they was warm and comforting, man, and it was cool. And I touch a lot about that in the book, how I felt to be coming from the Bronx. Me and my mom and everything. Going to Waco and stuff like that. So when y'all guys read the book, y'all be able to get more in depth on that field, Okay,
all right. The last time you were on the show with the other members of the group, I asked you this question, and the answer was pretty vague. So I'm going to ask you this question again. I want a direct answer.
Okay. I'm pretty known for vague responses, though.
Yeah, well, all of you were on this question. What is your favorite high five song? You cannot say all of them. I need one.
Okay.
If one high five song from your entire catalog, what's your favorite?
I would say
I know it's a hard question.
Boy,
You got a hell of a catalog.
Faithful.
Okay.
I like Faithful, man.
Well, you know what mine is.
I mean, we know what yours is. It's
It's a very sad song.
It was a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Definitely
Right?
sure it was.
I'm sorry about that, my brother.
Don't be sorry. It was a great song. What are some of the things that we'll learn in your book that we don't already know? You guys already did the Unsung a couple of years back.
Yeah, well, they know the Unsung. You know just as well as I do that Unsung is only they only give you like 25 minutes worth of material.
Right, exactly.
The rest of the minutes is commercials.
Right, and
you know what I'm saying?
And concert footage and
You know,
pictures like that.
and all
So
that.
what's a couple of things that we'll learn specifically about you?
Yeah.
That we don't already know from Unsung or from Right On Magazine or from whatever.
I'm persistent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think you'll find that when you read the book, you'll find out that I keep going on and I don't know if that's the Bronx in me, but I just got to keep on keeping on until I reach where I believe the Lord wants me to be at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not there yet. I still got more to do, and I was blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still blessed.
Yeah.
So I think people will be able to see that. And one of the things I want people to know is that make sure you count your blessings and count the fact that don't take God's mercy and grace on your life for granted.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
How long have you been writing the manuscript for Hiatus? I know the answer, but I want you to tell my audience.
Oh man, over 8 years.
Yeah, over 8 years. That's a hell of a long time.
Yeah, and the reason why it took so long too, I wanted to make sure that I was comfortable. I had to be comfortable with myself and the content,
right?
And knowing that I'm putting a lot of things out there, and shout out to everybody that's a part of it. And know that I did it humbly and out of a good heart.
Yeah.
And I'm not malicious, and I didn't mean to hurt anybody for those who may take it another way.
Yeah, because when you're writing an autobiographical piece, one of the things I always say about writing a book about your own life is most of us, specifically a person that's been in the entertainment industry most of his life, your story includes a lot of other people's stories, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So you got to think about that. You got to think.
Yeah,
bro. Other people are going to be affected by what I write.
Yeah,
so
bro.
how was that? Like, is that why?
Yeah, bro.
8 years.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I get it.
That's exactly why it took that long, because like I said, I had to feel comfortable to do it.
Right.
And then I had to be everything there is truth. But I had to be artistic with the delivery.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to be offensive. I didn't want to hurt nobody.
Right.
Like I said, but I still wanted to tell my
still want
truth.
I got to tell your truth.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
it's still raw. Don't get me
Exactly.
wrong. It's still raw, but I just, rolled it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
So while writing the book, did you have to relive some painful moments?
Yes, sir.
Tell me
Yes, sir.
about that.
I had to relive a lot of things that I didn't want to, but in order for the movie, well, here you go.
Yeah, something slipped.
In order for the book to come in fruition, I couldn't leave a lot of things. I couldn't leave things out.
Right.
I had to, be true to it so that it'll make sense.
I definitely listen, man. A couple of years ago, I did a documentary called "Live to Tell My Story," and the reason that I did it is because I wanted to inspire other people to go for whatever it was that they wanted to go for without feeling like, there were any barriers.
Right.
And that was painful.
Right.
That was a 45-minute documentary that meant that forced me to tell a lot of stuff I didn't necessarily want to tell.
Right.
So I completely get it, man.
Yo, it was crazy that when I was writing the book, right, and this is some real shit. Real stuff. I'm about to
Bronx.
drop. BX.
Yeah.
My bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But pardon me. But one of the things I wanted to share is that, when I was writing the book, and just to touch back what you said about relive things.
Yeah.
I was writing the book and I was like, dang, I was abused?
Wow. So it actually brought back some memories that weren't necessarily on the surface. But
Right.
you know what the thing is, though, with situations like that,
And
man?
then when I really thought about it, I remembered it like it started when I really started thinking about it. I was like,
so it was almost like therapeutic.
this freaking
writing a
dude,
book.
man.
It's therapeutic.
Some people ask me about if this is therapeutic. I haven't really thought about it as being therapeutic for me yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna find out if it did that. You know.
You know what, though? Let me tell you from one author to another, though. When you start doing those book tours and you start doing those speaking engagements,
Right.
and you look at the faces of other people who are going to say, see, now it's different. Treston, it's different now. It's not about, oh, we love you because you can sing. You're going to touch people in a different way. People are going to read your book, and you're going to be now relatable. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As a celebrity, you're not necessarily relatable. Your songs may be, but you're not. Now your story is relatable. You're going to have a direct connection between you and your readers, bro. And it's going to be a situation where people are going to come up to you. Mark my words. Remember, you heard it here. I went through the same thing that you went through. And that could be a million different situations. Right? And you're going to inspire people and you're going to encourage people just by that book that you wrote. A thing that I tell a lot of artists that come on the show who I call legacy artists, like High Five. You never know, like when you first came on the Kerry's Corner radio show years ago, you made a song, you recorded a song years ago, put it on your second album, probably that was the end of it. You did your promotional show, you forgot about it, whatever. But that one song affected me. So one thing about being an artist, your work, whether it be your music or in this case your book, really, really deeply affects your audience, and that's a responsibility. But for yourself, it's going to be therapeutic because there may be somebody that went through the same thing that you went through, whatever that scenario is. Several scenarios, I'm sure, and they're going to find strength in what you read, and you're going to find strength in the fact that they found strength.
Right.
So, again, brother, I salute you.
Thank you, sir.
Your birthday is June 29th, and that's also the release date. What do you got? This has got to be a hell of a birthday for you coming up.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's crazy that I had something planned. We actually was working on having a book release party for my birthday, but unfortunately, some personal reasons, my mom kind of like, she's getting better,
Good.
So
Salute.
Thank you. So that kind of took precedence over everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't able to really concentrate on that. Next thing you know, it was June 20. It's June 29th,
Right.
and
That's okay. You know what? You got plenty of time to have your book. There's no law that says you have to have the book release party on the day that it's released. By the way, take it from me. I had a book release party in Harlem months after my book was released.
Right.
So, however you celebrate your birthday, the fact of the matter is you and your book are going to celebrate it together, man. And congratulations. Do you have any book tours or speaking engagements down the line? I know you've been doing a lot of radio.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of radio. Shout out to the home team, Bronx Most Wanted Entertainment. Making sure that's been flowing. Yeah, actually, my first speaking engagement is at the NAACP
nice.
conference in Atlantic City.
Nice,
the 16th through the 19th of July.
Wow.
So I'll be there. So everybody who's in Jersey or whatever, y'all want to come holler at me. Come holler at me on the 19th. I'm gonna be on one of the panels. I'll post it though.
Congratulations.
That's big. I appreciate that.
My assistant producer Kevon will actually make sure it's on our social media too.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, Kerry.
Law and Order and Power. Now I didn't know. You and I have been Facebook friends for a while.
Yeah.
And I see the pictures with you with the cop suit on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think he's moonlighting as a police officer.
Nah.
You wouldn't be the first recording artist.
I know one. I know one.
We both know one.
Yeah.
But you, Law and Order, how did you get that gig, brother?
Oh man, I mean.
And Power?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an acting shop song.
I mean,
I'm
the grind don't stop, and I'm taking this serious, man. One thing I learned years ago is that you only have 5 minutes, but it's what you do in those 5 minutes that matters, and in most cases you get 5 minutes twice. So this is my second time. I feel like my 5 minutes is coming, so I'm gonna take every minute, every second, you know, and gonna utilize it to the best of my ability and go ham.
Now I don't take offense to what I'm about to say, but I'm exclusively a fan of the original Law and Order. Like, that's the only one I will watch. It's the one with Briscoe and all of them. Like, that's the only one I will watch.
Right.
So you're actually in SUV.
SVU.
I knew I was gonna do that. I always
we all do it. My moms do that all the time.
What is it like being on a hot show like that? Like, is it a lot of work? And
it's a lot of work, a lot of hours, but it's dope though.
Yeah.
You know, the main cast is cool though. They, you know, they be chilling. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, sometimes you do work, and you may be on a set, and not everybody is cool.
You know
what I'm saying? Like Ice here, you know. He'll drop he'll drop jewels like when they're not filming,
right?
And he'll just come in, man, and drop knowledge like on some G.
Wow.
Like if you ain't paying attention, you missed it.
And for Power, what I know you play a cop on Law and Order,
right?
What about for Power? What is your role there? Because I don't take offense. I've never watched one episode of Power. What's the other show? The other Power-like show? Never one day have I ever watched Empire or Power ever.
Well, I think
I don't know.
On their first season, I've been on a couple seasons. On their first season, I played a hoodlum drug dealer on a corner type deal. No, not me, right? Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
And then just recently, last year, I played a prison guard.
Okay.
You know,
that's a different.
The same scene with Method Man and Red Man was doing their thing.
Wow.
You know, Red Man was in jail at that particular time. They brothers and stuff. So yeah, I was there.
I love the fact that you have a lot of, you know, you've been an entertainer since you were a kid, man, and it's hard to sustain a career in the entertainment business for as long as you have now, both as a singer and an actor, and now as an author. I guess what's next for Trust aside from fishing? Because I know you like to fish.
Man, I've been trying to go fishing for 3 weeks already, man. Sheesh.
Yeah.
But what's next for me?
Yeah.
It's whatever God put in my brain, bro. Like right now, like I said about my 5 minutes, man. I'm gonna utilize the whole 5 minutes this go around, and that's one of the things that I didn't do back in the day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when the hiatus came,
right,
I was unprepared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but this time though, oh yeah. I'm taking everything, whatever God put in my heart, and I wake up in the morning and He say, "Hey, go build a bridge." I'm gonna go build a bridge, man. Right. Call it Trusted Irby
Especially
Bridge.
since the bridge could go over a body of water and you can fish off of it.
Yeah, that right? too.
We got Treston Irby in the building. Thank you so much for talking to me, brother.
Man, that was fast.
It is. I mean,
what the fuck? That's it?
Yeah, brother. We got more stuff. More stuff to do. But before we go,
all right.
Before we go, please let everybody know how they can get a copy of the book.
You guys could go right now and go to bxmostwanted.com and get an autographed copy of a pre-order book. After June 29th, you could go on Amazon and pick up a book as well. But right now, also on Amazon, you could go ahead and get it through Kindle,
right?
Kindle ebooks, and like I said, bxmostwanted.com if you want an autograph copy. And only when supplies last, when it's it, that's it. Because what the people don't know is that the people who pre-order, I'm signing those in gold.
Okay, wow.
The people who, and then all the other, you know, where I do speakers and stuff, is going to be in regular print. So you want to go ahead and get the gold ones because there's only a couple of those that I'm going to sign like that.
And before I let you go, I got to mention one thing.
What's up?
You help me out here, but your book became Amazon's best-selling pre-order.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, it became Amazon's #1 bestseller in a day.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
How did that feel, brother?
Man,
right out the
I'm
gate,
still on it.
Right out the gate, people love it.
I'm still on it, man. I'm excited, man, and I'm just praying that everybody who reads the book, man, gets something good from it. Know that you're not the only one who goes through things. Even celebs go through things, and sometimes celebs go through worse things that you have no idea what they go through, especially when they go into the industry at a young age, and then next thing you know, you on top of the world, and then the next day, boom, you're done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you do?
It's a hard fall.
It's a hard fall. It's a really hard fall, and it hurts. And hence depression and all kinds of other things that comes from that. And sometimes people, sometimes celebs that come in the game at a young age, they don't bounce back.
Right.
So I'm just thankful and fortunate that I'm able to still be here and talk to you and be on your show and use your show as a great platform to reach the people. And I'm just thankful that I'm able to do that, because a couple of years ago, I got hit 5 times. And, we talk about that in the book.
Yeah.
As well as being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But, you'll see what that's all about and how I felt, laying on the ground, not knowing, But, so all that's in the book. And like I said, when I want to be able to touch my peers, too.
Right.
I would like my peers to read the book because there's a lot of us that there's a lot of artists that had like 1 song or 2 songs and you don't hear from them no more. Ever again, man. And you don't know they go. I know they're going through something. I know they felt something because now you got to get you're doing shows. Now you got to get a job, and people going to notice you, and you don't want nobody to notice you, and then you don't want to run into Puffy after you just seen Puffy. And I'm saying Puffy because that was back in the day. I'm saying you see Puffy somewhere, then now you shuffling him around or something like that because you ain't never really have a job before because you got in it so young, so you don't have no resume. So it just goes on and on and on.
I know a lot of people in that boat, brother. And one of the things we have always done on this show, and then I got to get into our next music mix, we always have, from day one, this show has always been a platform for legacy artists. As I don't like to use the word old school so much.
Right.
Legacy artists, people that have put out really great music and who traditional radio, terrestrial radio doesn't necessarily support. Right. You, my brother, will continue to get support from this radio show.
I appreciate you, my brother.
For as long as you need it.
I appreciate you.
Home. You ain't even got to worry about it.
I appreciate that,
right?
fam. Kerry.
So, we got a little surprise for you, though.
Word?
Yes, I'm full of surprises. We got a little surprise for you. But before we get into that surprise, the artist spotlight, you guys, is, who do you think it is? High Five. High Five was originally signed to Jive Records in late 1989, released their debut album in 1990. The album went platinum and was produced by Teddy Riley and included singles such as I Just Can't Handle It, I Can't Wait Another Minute, and their biggest hit to date, I Like the Way, The Kissing Game. Went to number 1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and the U.S. Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart. The group's second LP, Keep It Going On, which is when Treston came into the mix, was released in 1992. Several tracks from this album, including She's Playing Hard to Get and the R. Kelly pen Quality Time, got major airplay in East Coast markets. In 1993, High Five emerged with the third album, Faithful, which featured the songs Unconditional Love and Never Should've Let You Go. I think that's what's playing now, right? Unconditional Love was also featured in the multi-platinum Menace to Society soundtrack and received extensive airplay on urban contemporary stations throughout the United States during the summer of 1993 as the movie increased in popularity. Never Should've Let You Go was featured in the Sister Act 2 soundtrack. Damn! And as we celebrate the release of Treston's book Hiatus, let us listen to this week's Artist Spotlight, High Five, here on Kerry's Corner, your new home for throwbacks and new jacks.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Just kick back, relax, and listen to this week's Artist Spotlight.
This is Billy Bill.
Yo, this is Mac Do.
Yo, this is Trust. This is Farouk.
Yo, and this is Shannon Gill.
And we're High Five.
And we chilling on Kerry's Corner, chopping it up with my dude. See what he's talking about, yo. He's talking about something.
She's playing hard to get. She's playing. She likes me. She likes me. She's playing hard to get. She's playing. She likes me. She likes me. She's playing. I can tell by the look in her eyes that she's into me. 'Cause when she passes by and say hi,
thinking about the love we made. In the morning I awake, still turned on from the other day. In my mind it plays, yeah. We about to shivers when I deliver. Sounds you make when I enter. It's never been so exciting, so inviting, yeah. It's never enough. That's why I'm asking you to just bring me off a piece of that Kit Kat, sweet chocolate, I'm with that. And I promise you that I won't let it go to waste. Bring me off a piece of that Kit Kat, can't wait to get in that. Girl, just let me get a taste. Baby, won't you bring me off a piece of that Kit Kat, sweet chocolate, I'm with that. And I promise you that I won't let it go to waste. Bring me off a piece of that Kit Kat, relax and just kick back while I take you to that place.
You know, I've been waiting so long for this chance. Can we talk alone? But I can't wait another minute. I can't wait another minute. Little lady, you look so fine. Can't turn my eyes away. So much I wanna say. Tonight, I wanna make you mine. We'll turn the lights down low and dance so very slow. I know that we don't know each other well, but I can't believe I'm wasting the time. Oh no, so tell me what to do for the love of you tonight.
Cause I've been holding back what I feel, love so real. But I can't wait another minute. I can't wait another minute. Cause I've been holding back all I feel, I'm for real. Cause I can't wait another minute. I can't wait another minute.
Girl, when I first met you, I didn't realize you were looking to stay around, but I was looking to play around. Now I can't forget you, can't forget your pretty smile. Took for granted the love you gave and only thought of the love we made. Just when I found someone who could love me like the way that I need, I acted the fool and pushed her away from me. And I'll be thinking about you every night and every day. 'Cause in my heart I know that I never should have let you go. And my love for you is stronger than I ever knew. But I couldn't tell you so, that I never should have let you.
She said I will be with you forever. Forever. She said I'm in love with you. Forever. She said now, baby, don't forget. That no one's gonna love you more than I do. Didn't know life could be so cold. My baby's gone away. You left me with a broken heart. I'm falling apart. Just to kiss goodbye. Still I remember. She was so beautiful. The way she held me in her arms made me feel so young.
Yeah, what you want, man? You are young, man. Yo, T, you hear this, man? What is he talking about? This girl got on shot out again, man. She too old for you, man. She's 25 years old, man. You only 16 years old, man. What you trying to do? Come over here and sing this, man.
She tried to flip me. She tried to blow my mind. I was only 16, she was 25. When she caught my eye, she was looking good. She was so fine. She had that funky walk. Her smile made me wanna hear her talk. She said she would do anything just so she could hear me scream. What am I gonna do? Just can't handle it. What excuse could I use? Just can't handle it. She's got me so confused. Just can't handle it.
Alright. How you do? Baby, just come on inside. Can I tell you how I feel to be with you right here? I just need to make this clear. 'Cause I got what you want, everything you need. You mean so much to me, just like the air that I breathe. You are everything, everything to me. Girl, you know I love you so. You are everything. You mean the world to me. Heaven knows I love you so. When I look in your eyes, I get this feeling from deep inside. It's so right when I hold you tight all night to have you in my arms. I believe and I pray we never part. 'Cause I got what you want, everything you need. Yeah. You got that special thing. Now, baby, just tell me, can't you see? You are everything. Oh, everything to me. You are. Girl, you know I love you so. You are.
Now for my next number, I'd like to return to the.
Hey, it's Mike Shannon, and you're listening to Club Classics on Kerry's Corner.
Get the point? Good. Let's dance.
morning dew, and the beauty seems to say, it's a pleasure when you treasure all that's new and true and gay. Easy living and we're giving what we know we're dreaming of. We are one having fun walking in the glow of love. Faces going places, it's a wonder, it's so clear. By a fountain, climbing mountains as we hold each other near. Sipping wine, we try to find that special magic from above as we share our affair, talking in the glow of love. The splendor of it all. We're surrounded and abounded. Summer, spring, winter, and fall. All the people meeting people, laughing, dancing till the dawn. And we'll always be like this, flowing in the glow of love.
And we're back on the Kerry's Corner Radio Show playing music very relevant to our next guest. This is, of course, Uptown Baby. I would want to say that this is probably the Bronx's best theme song. One of my favorites, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show, Miss Carter. How are you?
I am awesome. Thank you for having me.
Sounds so great on the microphone. Yes, great volume. Great volume.
How's that?
So welcome to the Kerry's Corner Radio Show. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
I've been actually wanting you to come on the show forever and a day. I'm so happy that you were able to make it. You were definitely a sister who is making noise, not just in the Bronx, but all over for the Bronx, and I so appreciate that. First thing I want to do is talk about your book, because I don't really we request bios before the guests come on the show, but I don't really read them. I use them as a reference, but I'm like, damn, what haven't you done? Let's talk about your book first. What's it called?
My book is called Reclaiming Your Community. You don't have to move out of your neighborhood to live in a better one.
And it came out February of this year.
February 1st.
Wow. Your Valentine's Day baby.
Black History Month and all that good stuff. It was kind of nice.
Yes. So let's start by talking about what's the book about and what inspired you to start writing a book. Because you do so many things. I frankly don't understand, Majora, how you had time to pen a book. But you did, and we're thankful that you did. So let's talk about it. What is it? What are some of the things we can learn?
Well, first of all, it was the pandemic kind of gave me the time to do it, to be honest.
That's true.
So that was one of the one way. But basically, it was a book that's been waiting to be written for a couple decades. I grew up in the South Bronx as it was burning. Led to believe that somehow or another that our community and communities like it around the country were just deficient in some way, shape, or form. And it really kind of made me question, how development happened there and why it happened and who actually benefited from it. And I really felt that the work that I've been doing over the past few years, or several years prior to that, really showed us that we actually had the keys to our own recovery in our community, and that we could create we didn't have to move out of our neighborhoods to live in better ones. And that's really, it was about the work that I'd been doing over the years, and to really reclaim our community and show that we could do economic development, housing, and create the kind of spaces that we wanted to live in.
Now, to be completely honest with you, so Treston was here in the first hour from High Five to promote his book. You're here. I was inspired to do this Bronx Excellence theme because you were coming on the show. It's just Treston's from the Bronx.
Yes.
But the reason I want to do that is because the borough has for so long sustained, a kind of thorn in the side type of image, right, from the 70s. And I watched a film. Unfortunately, I can't think of the name of the film right off the top. But I did watch a film a couple of months back about the burning buildings in the Bronx and why it happened. So I'm originally from Boston. Mm-hmm. My earliest memories of coming to New York City when I was a kid was, of course, seeing the Bronx burnt up because, when you're coming from New England, the Bronx is the first part of the city of New York that you see. And I'm like, wow, what the hell is going on here, right, as a kid? But I watched this documentary. Again, I can't think of the name of it.
Decade of Fire?
Yes, Decade. Thank you, John. Mm-hmm. Decade of Fire. And it was so educational that I learned that it wasn't the people in the Bronx that were just running around burning down the neighborhoods, which is what I thought and which is what a lot of other people thought. There was a lot of politics. You want to talk about that?
So definitely when I was coming up, we were led to believe from the inside and outside that, our community was nothing more than pimps and pushers and prostitutes, and all we did was run around and burn our building down and abuse our children and all sorts of things like that. Interesting, right? And but when you realize that just politically there's been a way where those from financial disinvestment to redlining and the way finances are either attracted to or used in those communities, you realize that we were set up to fail. And in particular from a real estate perspective. So landlords were torching their buildings, to collect insurance money, because there wasn't any kind of financial investment coming in. Mm-hmm. And really that was sort of like not even the beginning, but part of the way that our communities were literally set up to fail. And that the talented ones in our communities were led to believe that they needed to measure success by how far we got away from them. And that's why, our approach to community development is all about essentially a talent retention strategy. It's, it's literally, if you have a company and you train up your talent, to work for you, you're expecting it to kind of like lean in and support the goals of your business. We don't do that in our communities. Like we expect people to leave, especially the ones that actually are, whether they're athletic, artistically, or academically inclined. Our communities are not meant to hold them.
The talent, right?
And we're like, so like, who said that?
Right. Exactly.
So this, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so actually, I think it was last year. Kevon, myself, and Paul went out to the Boogie Down Grind to tape an episode of our television show, and I was just like, wow, like I'm really meeting a sister who is so serious and committed to her community. And I've watched her the TED Talks and other videos. Like, I have to say this to you, and I'm not just saying this because you're in front of me. I really, 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 really like honor you for just the devotion and dedication that you've given to your community. It could have been the Bronx, it could have been Harlem, it could have been the South Side of Chicago, Watts. How do we get other people to be that committed to turning things around in their community and inspiring others to do so?
Well, there are plenty of people around our country that are very committed. I tell some of the stories in my book, but the story that I told, and because we understood, is that the same kind of things that keep people, and if you own a company, right, and you want people to stay, it's like you give people reasons to stay. You can do that in our communities as well, and it's not like crazy things. Like what we realized when we surveyed people about what they wanted to see in their communities and what they literally left the neighborhood in order to experience, whether it was like for a time or for a while, it was things like cafes and bars and restaurants, right? So that's why we call it lifestyle infrastructure.
Okay.
And so that's why like you were able to come and shoot and record one of your episodes, in the Boogie Down Grind Cafe, because it was literally the first cafe we've had in our community since I was in high school, back in the 1980s, because we don't really have places to hang out in and be cool in. And so creating this space that was essentially is essentially a space that's sort of dedicated to the hip hop as our culture, and giving people reasons to do things like, record their radio shows, or do open mics, or credit repair workshops, or art exhibits, or just like chill and meet like a cool person. Having those spaces in our community give us reasons to think that our community is something worth staying in. And that's just one of the things we're working on.
I'm going to read a quote from you. Nobody should have to move out of their neighborhood to live in a better one. And that quote is on the walls of the Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Like, wow.
Yes, it is.
How did it feel? Be honest. How did it feel for you to see your quote on the walls of the Smithsonian?
Actually, I've not visited it.
You haven't?
No, but I found out via tweet, from a follower years ago, and was just like, say what? I mean, it was really wonderful to know that we were part of that permanent collection around community development. Now, what I'm even more excited about is the fact that folks are reading this book and recognizing that we really do have the capacity to create from the inside out, value within our communities for ourselves. Whether it's like holding on to the family's home and not listening to a predator. Frankly, you got it. Not listen to a predatory speculator tell you that they'll buy your house for cash because they assume that you don't know the value of your home, which is sad because many of us do not know.
Yeah, look
and
at
this
Harlem.
is all over the country. My own family did it. Back in the early 2000s when both my parents passed and none of my siblings wanted to hold on to the family house.
Man.
It's gone. It's sold now. Now it's worth like three times what it was sold for. Stuff like that. But it's just like if we understand the value of our home in our communities and make those investments, whether they're economic, social, environmental, and also mental. Like
Absolutely.
If we believe that our communities don't have value, we think that that's when gentrification happens, and not when you start seeing like cute little coffee shops or doggy daycares. Although I want to be real clear, in the South Bronx, the first, cool cafe and the first doggy daycares were actually opened by, the doggy daycare by a Puerto Rican and Peruvian couple. Okay. From the Bronx. Thank you very much. Nice. And of course, the Boogie Down Grind was done by this sister over from Hunts Point. So I just want to be real clear. Those are from the South Bronx. People from the South Bronx did that.
Yeah, the talent.
Because we believed in our communities. Yes.
Right. So we had a guest a couple of weeks ago. I forgot this brother's name. What was his name? Derek Holman.
Derek Holman was on the show?
Yes, he was on the show.
Get out.
Derek Holman was on the show. One of the best guests. I'm telling you, John always brings us, refers to some really great guests. And he spoke highly about you for much of his interview. How does it feel that you inspire other people to have that same energy? Because having a conversation with Derek, like he was almost sounding like an ambassador for the Bronx.
He is. I mean, Derek literally embodies like what we know the South Bronx is known for: talent, drive, intelligence, and just like love of the Bronx.
Yes.
And so actually we're working with him now on one of our other projects, which is Bronxlandia, which is good, which is an event hall that we opened up right down the street from Boogie Down Grind. But but he believes in the fact that our communities really have gotten a raw deal, and that we're not expected to thrive, even though it's like, think about all the talented, amazing people that come from our communities.
Exactly.
We've never had a shortage of talent arising from our communities. We have had a problem with them staying.
Right.
And so our approach to community development is give people reasons to stay in their community.
Although I've never really felt like, I mean, the Bronx is an urban community that's had its ills, but it's different though than like this is from my lips, okay? Uh-huh. It's not the same as a lot of other places because the Bronx is very rich in culture. In fact, when Derek was here, we asked him, or Kevon asked him, what were his favorite top three things about the Bronx? I'm going to ask you the same question. And I used to live in the Bronx. I lived there for 6 years, so I have my own too. So, Majora, what are your top, aside from the things that you created?
That's hard because I did actually create them because I wanted great coffee and a cool place to hang out. But yes, I'll try others.
So yeah,
I did a park as well.
I know you've done a lot of stuff, but stuff that you didn't create or have a hand in creating. Give me 3 things that you love about the Bronx.
I mean, one would be, it is the culture, the fact that hip hop, knowing that I'm from a place that literally influenced pretty much everything around the world.
Correct.
That makes me really, really proud to know that. The fact that we actually produced people like Remy Ma, just makes me super happy.
Right.
And I think the fact that, we do, like, there is like this undeniable hustle of the people in our communities.
Absolutely.
That is it's real. It is real. I mean, we may not believe, because again, I think we've been led to believe that, we don't have much to offer in our place. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes me sad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I'm always amazed. Every time I work around the country and I travel all over the place, it's almost never a time where I don't meet someone from the Bronx. I don't care where I am.
That's true.
I don't care where.
Yeah, I went all the way to Puerto Rico for my birthday and was kayaking with 3 young ladies who I said, "Where are you from?" I said, "New York." And they said, "Oh, me too, from the Bronx." I was like, "Yeah." Everywhere.
For the Bronx.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, we've exported so much of ourselves. Mm-hmm. And now I feel like we've got an opportunity to actually reinvest it. But part of that is like, we've got to create the infrastructure so people can do that easily.
I'm going to give you my top 3. Number 1 would be the food. The Dominican food. I love the food. I guess you can get it in various other parts of the city, but the food. Van Cortlandt Park is the largest park in New York City. It is not Central Park, as a lot of people think. It is not Prospect Park. Van Cortlandt is the largest park in the city of New York. And City Island. Let's not forget, City Island is the Bronx. So
it is a part of the Bronx.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So those are my 3 favorite.
Totally.
3 favorite. I'm going to ask you, John, what are your 3 favorite Bronx? Don't say like your family or your friend. Don't just physical Bronx things. What are your 3 favorites?
Hey guys, how's it going? Now, wow, my favorite 3. definitely the walkability. It's easy to get around.
Okay.
Easy to get around the Bronx. That's one of the best things about it. I agree with you. The food. It's not just the Dominican food. We have everything here, right? Everything. Italian, Irish,
Little Italy,
Puerto
up
Rican.
in Belmont.
It's just every neighborhood has its own like food scene, which is really cool. And it's getting even better now.
Yeah.
It's really expanding. And I do like that the people are real.
Yeah.
There's no fake like some of the other boroughs. That's the truth.
I don't know which borough he's talking about.
I won't call any boroughs out. It's straight up. Look, either you're gonna get kicked while you're down here, or someone's gonna help you up. There's no in between. There's no in between.
That's true.
You need to have a thick skin if you're gonna live in the Bronx.
And our own Kevon has Bronx roots, but he's a little far away from the microphone. I don't know if he can answer those top 3 questions. Can you grab a mic really quickly? Kevon Merrill. Also, one of my he's born in Queens, but he reps the Bronx, and he's definitely. I'm gonna say this, John, seriously, with everybody listening, he is definitely one of my favorite things about the Bronx. This brother right here,
yeah, I love being on the show.
I love you being on the show. So 3 things that you love about the Bronx.
Yeah, man, the Bronx. It's moving to the Bronx from Queens, I definitely had to. It was a different vibe. It's totally different from South Ozone Park, but I definitely love the community. There's always something going on. I can walk outside of my building, and there's music and there's vibes. There's people. A lot of people don't have AC, so they're chilling out outside, but that's all right. That's cool. We love being outside, so that's amazing in the Bronx. I gotta say, you always get. I'm gonna echo food again, but I'm gonna bring up barbecues. You always see people barbecuing. It's a staple. I think it's a core part of Bronx culture to barbecue outside of the park. You gotta do it. They don't let you do it in the park, so you gotta go right outside. But we're right there, right on the cusp. You know it. So, gotta go to the Bronx barbecues. And I love going down to the Boogie Down Grind. That place is dope.
And wait a minute, I gotta add something else. Kevon's Barber.
Yes, I do have a dope barber.
One time, I think, as a matter of fact, you know what? We were coming from the Boogie Down Grind.
That's true.
We were coming from the Boogie Down Grind after interviewing you. I needed a haircut. I wasn't going to be able to get one in Staten Island because the commute would have been long. The barbershop would have been closed. And Kevon said, "Well, let's go to my barbershop." And I'm the type of person, as long as a barber is good, I'm not pigeonholed to one barber. He took me to some barber in the near the stadium, Yankee Stadium. That man gave me a barbershop that was better than a lap dance.
Oh my God!
I had an experience.
He gave me the best.
Okay.
Shout out to the barbers in the Bronx.
They treat you right.
Shout out to the barbers. And Paul, what's your favorite things about the Bronx?
Yeah, I don't live in the Bronx, but I'm from Westchester, so it's kind of close. And I just wanted to get it on this list. So I'd say, in no particular order, Arthur Avenue. Used to go there a lot with my family for food. Actually, would meet my grandma there, who wanted to say hi to everybody as well. Right. So she says hi.
Shout out to your grandma.
I would say the Bronx Zoo and the Botanical Gardens. Yeah. There
good shout out.
Definitely like some memories going on trips when I was younger there and in camp and in school. So that's great. And then I'd say third would probably be Yankee Stadium near Kevon. Going down to the games is always fun. A lot of fun people there and very excited and usually drunk and whatnot.
Yeah, one of the most famous, if not the most famous zoo in the country is the Bronx Zoo. John, you want to say something?
Yeah, actually, I had a comment.
You gotta talk on the mic.
Get a little deep into it.
Mike, we need your mic.
It could get a little deep, but this is I think it's an important comment and a question for Majora. So as you know, I grew up in the neighborhood.
I did.
And I guess I'm part of that brain drain problem that you were speaking about, because as I was growing up, that's what I was being told. You know, as soon as you get a good job, get to college, move out. And so what was happening is, with the kids I was growing up with, there were several groups. There was the bad kids, there was the quote unquote good kids, and believe it or not, I was sort of part of the good kids.
Oh, you're a good kid.
So anyway, my whole point is like some of the ones that when we would hang out, that was always a talk. Like, where you want to move to, where do you want to live, what college you gonna go to,
right.
And so a lot of them actually they went through with it. They all left.
Right.
I probably only left because my wife had got pregnant, and we were living in a basement apartment, so we had to move no matter what. But anyway, so my question is the Boogie Down Grind Cafe a way to speak to the young people in the neighborhood to say, look, you could stay here. You could socialize here. You don't need to take the train all the way downtown. Right. You could do it right outside your door. Stay here, grow here.
Right.
Is that kind of like the message you're sending?
That's, again, when we did all of our market research and literally surveyed people about what they wanted in their community, it was things like cafes, places where they could hang out and be cool. And that's why we started building things like that, because we knew that if people didn't feel that way, if there wasn't something, we call them a third space, like active, places that aren't home or work, but literally provide like reasons for you to feel like you're in community with somebody in a fun way. Because it's not like, oh, go to a community center and like do arts and crafts. Nah, this was like, how cool can you be? Can you show this? Is it a commercial space? Like, do you feel like somebody's giving you a handout, which nobody wants? Or are you in a place that makes you feel like vital and vibrant? And so creating those spaces that spoke to people in that way was important.
And were you nervous when it first opened? Did you think it would get as popular as it did?
Child, we didn't even know. But we were super excited about the fact that, we've been embraced by the community, and that and that people realize that what the cafe is literally just a reflection of the community. So they fill it, again, with whether it's open mics or, credit repair workshops, or even just places so that people can connect and really convene. That's what they do. So yeah, it's been a really beautiful space for me to see like how much love we get.
And the majority of the people that go there, they're from the neighborhood?
I would say that most of them are. Either work, and it's people walk there, so it's great.
So, I want to give our listeners an opportunity to be able to reach out to you if they want to hire you for a speaking engagement, if they want to come to one of the two venues, Bronxlandia or the Boogie Down Grind, or any of the other 1,001 things that are underneath your umbrella, Ms. Carter. How can they reach out to you?
Sure. So we're all on Instagram. So for the Boogie Down Grind, it's at Boogie Down Grind. Really would love for you to just come and support. We'd want to see beautiful people like pack in that space, and enjoying what we got to offer, drinks, sangria, etc. And the Bronxlandia is our event hall. Also, that's Bronx, Landia, Bronxlandia, also on Instagram, and you can reach me at Majora Carter.
Thank you so much for being on the show. John, make sure you give out your social media too. How can people get in touch with you? Because you got a book out.
I do have a book out. It's been out. Oh, wow. Has it been a year now?
About a year. Dre, it's been a year, right?
Yeah.
His book signing was about a year, right?
He was a DJ, which was great. He was
about
a DJ.
Almost a year ago.
Okay. How can people get the copy of the book, bro?
They can go to IamJohnMarin.com, JONMARIN, and they can follow me on Instagram at The Creative John Marin.
Okay. Well, thank you both for your Bronx excellence with an X. Majora, it's a pleasure. You can anytime you need to come on the show. Anytime you want to come on the show, you're definitely welcome to come. Definitely welcome to have a conversation. And we're going to make it a point to get out to some of your events at Bronxlandia at the Bronx. Sorry, the scratching from the Bronx was killing me. At the Boogie Down Grind. What were you going to say?
Yeah, so also my book's available wherever you buy books. So whether Amazon, but I ask people to support their local bookstores.
Yes.
In the Bronx, it's the Lit Bar.
I was going to say,
Yes.
The only bookstore,
bookstore in the Bronx.
Which is one of the very few in the whole city owned by
Afro-Latina woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Well, shout out to you.
Yes.
And we're going to get into some music with Andre Jones. And again, shout out to everybody in the Bronx. And shout out to Miss Carter and Mr. Marin and everybody that makes the Bronx excellent. Here on Kerry's Corner, your new home for throwbacks and new jacks.
Got crazy game, but out of town, it's all the same. Brooklyn, crazy loot. That's because when it's beef, they ain't scared to shoot. Harlem, how to play. Mac to 600, getting crazy pay. Cause out of Queens, got shit on lock. Strapped with the running up in your spot.
But if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap
probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby, we gets down, baby. Up for the crown, baby.
Now if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby, we gets down, baby. Up for the crown, baby.
Nah.
We got crazy game, but out of town's all the same. Brooklyn, got crazy loot. That's because when it's beat, they ain't scared to shoot. Harlem, how to play. Back to 600, getting crazy pay. Out of Queens, got shit on lock. Strapped with the running up in your spot.
But if you
all of them awesome.
Jones, suckers.
Yes, y'all, you don't stop. KRS-One, rock on. Yes, y'all, you don't stop. KRS-One, rock on. I'm about to hit you with that traditional style of cold rocking, giving options for head knocking, non-stopping. Tip-topping lyrics we dropping, but styles can be forgotten. So we bring back the raw hip-hopping, just like the records and tapes you be copping. Cop some breakdancing, boogie popping and locking. Tick-tocking, guaranteed to have you clocking. We only get better and only better we have gotten. This type of flow, don't even think about stopping. Beware, the length of the rhyme flow can be shocking. All music lovers in the place right now that never understood the way the KRS got down. Yo, I'm strictly about skills and dope lyrical coasting, relying on talent, not marketing and promotion. If a dope lyrical flow is a must, you got to go with the name you can quickly trust. I'm not saying I'm number one, I'm sorry I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stop wasting your money on marketing schemes and pretty packages pushing dreams to the beams. A dope MC is a dope MC, with or without a record deal all can see. And that's who KRS be, son. I'm not the run of the mill, cause for the mill I don't run. Yes, y'all, you don't stop. KRS-One, rock on. Yes, y'all, you don't stop. KRS-One, rock on.
Attention, please. This here feels like a whole entire world collapse. Bust the rhyme now, MOP now. What you want now? 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 What you want? No, cut that fool. They wanna act stupid, gun butt that fool. When I cock that tone, run your damn Jones. Ran and lay you up in your own blood pool. Hunt you down, run your ass down. Unleash the hounds till I'm to gun your ass down. Stop it! You frontin' like this was a thing of the with tattoos over the scars left on your ass. Think lopsided, bust they got cross-sided in the subways. They rob trains running alongside it. See, motherfucker, we don't play for that shit. And if you want your shit back, you had to pay for that shit. Your little costume, it's a rumble room. Get you in the night or early in the afternoon. We taking your host while we pass through. In the shirt off your back, run that too.
I catch you backstage, give me the keys to the Escalade. You think you cute, ho? Take off them Gucci shades. I get my dog to you, you dirty. They all 730, rock a ski mask, whether it's June or February. I take your show money, take your drum money. No, got that fool, cause I don't know money. For my peeps that hate slow money, I put them in the industry so they can come and take all your money. Wish I could bring pun back. Run that, run that, run that. So keep acting like